movie opens with an animated skit that tells the tale of a young boy named Christopher Robin and how he once made friends with a strange group of young talking animals, including a bear named Winnie the Pooh, Rabbit, Eeyore, the donkey, Piglet, and Owl, who lived in the 100-acre wood. Christopher entertained the animals by feeding them every day from his kitchen. Yet with time, Christopher matured and parted ways with his pals to attend college and pursue a career in medicine. During this time, every animal in the woods was left to fend for itself. The creatures started to starve during one exceptionally harsh winter. They were forced to kill one of them in order to obtain food, and the group decided to eat Eeyore in order to satisfy their hunger. The creatures, however, found this to be a very terrible experience, and they began to hate people, especially Christopher Robin, for abandoning them. The gang made a covenant never to speak again, giving up on mankind and reverting to their animalistic origins. Christopher Robin's, Nikolai Leon, an adult, and Mary, his fiancée, returned to the woods 5 years later, Paula Coise. In addition to introducing them to Mary, who is doubtful of these beings and thinks they are a fabrication of his imagination, Christopher plans to rejoin with his buddies. When Christopher arrives at the location of their meeting, he observes it to be completely destroyed and finds a disfigured picture of himself. Mary urges the pair to leave because she is alarmed by the gloomy mood there. Pooh enters the space and settles into his bed before they can leave. After some time spent hiding, Mary and Christopher make an attempt to flee. Mary is fatally asphyxiated by Piglet in an instant. Piglet ignores Christopher's cries to stop and pursues him instead. After becoming alert, Pooh joins Piglet in pursuing Christopher. Christopher apologizes to them for leaving, but the two are unmoved and seize control of him. Following the opening titles, the audience is introduced to Maria Taylor, a lady suffering from PTSD as a result of a previous incident of stalking. Maria's therapist advises that she take a vacation to help her forget the terrible event. Following suit, Maria rents a cabin close to the 100-acre wood for her pals Zoe, Danielle Ronald, Lara, Natasha Tosini, Jess, Natasha Rose Mills, and Alice, Amber Doigthorn. Tina, May Kelly, a different buddy, lets the group know that she will be late for the meeting. Tina is traveling when she gets lost and encounters Pooh, who pursues her into an abandoned factory and chops her inside a tree chipper. The movie then cuts back to Christopher, who has been captured by Piglet and Pooh and is now chained up after being introduced to the girls. When Christopher begs Pooh to let him go, Pooh briefly reminisces about his early years with his human pal. But when Pooh becomes angry, he starts to beat Christopher and forces him to take a bath in Mary's blood. Pooh hears loud music coming from Maria and her friend's cottage when he subsequently goes to dispose of Mary's corpse. Lara is taking selfies while lounging in the pool. Lara notices a silhouette of Pooh in one of the images but dismisses it since she thinks it's Maria's stalker. She is suddenly attacked by Piglet and Pooh. Pooh then ties Lara up and has her lay on the road while running a car over her, crushing her head. The girls leave their rooms when they hear Lara cry and go outside to look. They discover the ominous word "Get Out" written in blood on the window. The girls get ready to hide because they think there is an intruder outside the house. To make sure the back door is shut, Love, Zoe and Alice go. As soon as they declare their love for one another, Piglet attacks them and attacks Zoe with a hammer and kidnaps Alice. Maria recalls that she had a gun in her room in the meantime. While pursuing Pooh and Piglet, she and Jess go get the pistol. They are unable to shoot the pair since they are also carrying Alice. Later, Maria and Jess see Pooh hitting Alice and putting honey all over his face. When he departs, Maria and Jess set Alice free, and the group gets ready to flee. They hear another woman screaming as they are running away and proceed to look into it. They come across Christopher, who is imprisoned, and free him. The three of them decide to aid the woman after hearing from a hurt Christopher that Pooh and Piglet have kidnapped another woman. As Maria, Jess, and Alice come across Charlene, who has been severely mauled, she tells them the horrifying story of how Piglet beat her. As they liberate Charlene, she is horrified to see her deformed face in the glass and swears to exact revenge on those who tortured her. Maria's gun is taken by Charlene, who then pursues Piglet. She has him at gunpoint but quickly discovers she is out of ammunition. She is murdered by Pooh before she can act, and Piglet later eats her face. Pooh then pursues Maria and Jess. In the meantime, Alice seeks revenge on Piglet for the passing of her beloved. She then ties him up and hits him over the head with a hammer. Pooh is drawn by Piglet's squeals and comes back to knife Alice to death. Maria and Jess, both terrified, manage to enter the highway. They pull over and solicit assistance from a group of passing rural mechanics. Pooh eventually catches up to the girls. Pooh is first defeated by the mechanics, but he quickly overcomes them and kills all four of them, in a scene that appears to have been directly lifted from Halloween Kills, 2021. Pooh manages to climb over the truck as Maria and Jess attempt to run over him. When Maria applies the brakes, she hits her head on the steering wheel and loses consciousness. Maria, who has been comatose, awakens to find Pooh butchering Jess. Christopher drives up and slams Pooh, trapping him between the two cars, stopping him from stabbing Maria. An injured Maria and Christopher begin to escape, but a seemingly dead Pooh revives and gets hold of Maria. A horrified Christopher tries to get hold of Pooh's conscience for one last time and begs him to let Maria go. Christopher promises to stay with Pooh forever for the rest of his life if he lets her go. Pooh is, however, not convinced and reminds of Christopher's betrayal by muttering, "You left." He then slits Maria's throat. A shocked Christopher consoles a dying Maria, who tells him to go. Before Pooh comes after him, Christopher rushes out of the woods, as Pooh repeatedly stabs Maria's body in anger. That brings us to the end of the movie, teaching us that everyone is unique in the way they process their emotions and develop activities that make them feel happy. Friendship is about accepting these differences along with each other's similarities. Thank you for watching. Did you enjoy it? Subscribe, like and share for more interesting movies like this.